Hi, my name is Amanda Rocha. I am an estate planning and probate attorney in California, and today I want to talk to you about taxes when someone has passed away. Before we get into that, I'm going to give you my contact information in case you want to ask any questions or talk to me about a probate that you have going on. My website is www.amandarocalaw.com. You can find me on social media at Amanda Rocha Law, or you can comment down below if this platform allows you to do so. The reason I am answering this question to you today is because I was having a conversation with a friend about taxes and what we need to pay when someone passes away, whether it's a spouse or a parent or a child, or you are the executor for someone else's estate or their personal representative. It's important to know what needs to be done and who is in charge of doing it. And it's not really information that I think most of us know off the top of our heads or learn throughout our lifetimes until it happens to us. So, first of all, who files taxes on behalf of someone when they've passed away? It's going to be the surviving spouse or the executor of the estate, if there is one, and if not, if there's been a personal representative named on behalf of that person, either through a will or by a court through probate. Second, do taxes have to always be filed? No. If a single person in 2021 earned less than $12,400, then a tax return will not have to be filed if they're under 65. If they are over 65, it's $14,050. Married couples, there's a few different formulas. I'm not going to go through all of it. It's easy to Google, but just know that it's going to depend on when you're married, if you're either both under 65, one of you is over and under, and if both of you are over 65, there's 3 separate numbers you have to worry about. And these numbers change every year. So the figures I just gave you are only for 2021. And this is gross income, not net income. So here's the deal. If someone earned over those amounts during the year preceding their death, then one of these people will have to file an income tax return, and it's due on the same date, April 15th, unless there's a push deadline or you filed an extension. The same as if that person were alive, those taxes would need to be filed. If they earned less than that amount, but they paid into taxes, federal or California, then you can file a special form that's called an IRS Form 1310 and request a refund to go back to the estate for the taxes that were paid that weren't owed. So that's income tax. There is a situation in which you would need to file 2 income taxes for 2 separate years. So if someone were to pass away in the beginning of the year, between January and April 15th, then you would maybe need to file taxes for the prior year and the year that they passed away if they earned income during that time. So that's a situation in which you need to file 2 income taxes. Other taxes you need to think about are whether or not this person owned a business or had any ownership in a business, and how those business taxes need to be filed. So you'll need to either consult with their business partners if they had any, or if they own the business on their own, you'll need to talk to their CPA or their prior tax person, figure out what they've filed and what they have, and deal with those. In addition, your estate might have to file income taxes, or this person's estate. So if this person had assets that brought in income, let's say a rental property, then that estate may have to file a tax return by getting their own tax ID number and claim that. It depends on the amount and when they earned it. So definitely talk to a probate or tax attorney about this. And finally, what about estate taxes? I know everybody has heard about these estate taxes, and what do they mean, and how much are they, and when do you file them? So as of now, California doesn't have a separate estate tax. Federal estate taxes only need to be filed on estates worth over $11.4 million as of 2021. However, if you've been watching the news or listening to anything about taxes, you'll know that President Biden is considering pushing through legislation that would lower that to a much lower amount, either $5 million or $2.5 million. I've heard both. And so we're not really sure right now what's going to happen, but unless your estate is worth, at this moment, more than $11.4 million, you're not going to have to worry about separate estate planning taxes. And there are also separate rules if property's been owned jointly between spouses or this is community property. So there's a lot of nuances when it comes to taxes. I am not a tax attorney, but I do have to learn about taxes every year in my continuing education and talk about them all the time. So if you have any questions, please contact me. You can find me on my website, www.amandarocalaw.com. You can comment down below if this platform allows you to do that, or you can find me on social media at Amanda Rocha Law. Thank you.